men shave. Real men shave their faces. Real men shave their faces.
So g'day, Stinky Day Shaver. On the MR5 handle, after taking off a perfectly good handle, is the GameChanger. And this is the milder one. And having tried it, I don't feel the need for the 0.86 as opposed to the 0.7, whatever it is. It's like 1/10 of a mil difference, which is what? Shimming one blade. So I can buy this and shim it up, but I can't shim down the more aggressive one. So I went for the baseball. Today's brush is a VNC. Link to the Italiano website where this can be bought. This is not like a normal brush, okay? You've got mass-produced brushes, you know, everybody makes them. You've got custom brushes, and a lot of brush makers, that's the next step up, they usually make the brush handles. Third is your starting to mid artisan base. This is the person that might also turn out a stand for you, will customize a brush, got a nice coin in it, you know, something above the cheapo plastic things I've seen some put in. Next step up is a big step. In fact, V and C cover the next two steps. The next step is a premium €200 brush. You're going to go, why is this guy an artisan above other people that turn brushes? You don't understand. This guy hand does his own knots, laser engraving, and what do you call it? It's a copper coin that is hand beaten into the shape and laser engraved. Hand did the loft. So everything about this loft is not mass produced. There's nothing about this that isn't primo artisan. Now, this is not for 99% of us, but the 1% this is someone that wants to buy their loved one a quality brush for an anniversary, someone who wants to, you know, your Simpson brushes this much, if not more, and I gotta say, I'd rather this over a Simpson any day. Besides the feel of his badger, is just, this is a silver tip, and I swear it's got the oomph of a 2-band. Absolutely brilliant, but deadly soft tops. I'm really impressed with this brush. Now, he does a €500 brush, and I can't afford it, right? Almost no one can. But you've got to understand, that brush is made out of mammoth bone. So unless you've got 10,000 years and prepared to go out and hunt down your own archaeological site to go find yourself a piece of mammoth bone, that's a pretty rare commodity for a handle. Everything about his brushes scream quality. From the way they're packaged, shipped, and the product when you got it in your hand. This has had so many sandback and relayers. It's like holding glass. It's just, I can't believe that someone puts this much attention into a shaving brush, but he does, and I like it. Now, he sent it to me because he wants people out there to know that the difference between a mass-produced brush and a high-end, unique quality, everything about it is hand-done and finished. In between, unless you're prepared to buy expensive pieces of equipment, now don't get me wrong, some guys make their own, what do you call them, plugs or whatever for the acrylic, and I've watched them do that, and a lot of creativity. I'm not saying that a brush maker isn't creative. I'm just saying when a brush maker reaches this level, it's like a watchmaker that makes each individual cog for a unique timepiece. There's nothing in between. The gap is, like, Rolex is a high end, and a lot of the brushes that get advertised in Real Men Shave, definitely high-end brushes. Love them. They're between $60 and $200, and I think they're brilliant value. But around the $200 mark, this is actually cheap for the next huge step up, where everything about this brush screams handmade, hand-finished artisan. I mean, in watch circles, Rolex is there, and the handmade watch pieces that go into the Swiss shows every January, up there. You know, they usually charge for this sort of time. Your person's charging for their time. And a person who made something like this is not receiving a fraction of what the time it takes to make something this primo. I'm just saying, there's a reason why there's a price difference. Are you prepared to pay it? Do you need to pay it? Look, this is for the 1%. I think it's 20 bucks. Shipped off AliExpress. See one of my previous videos. Absolutely beautiful fit, finish, mass-produced, standard plastic resin handle, mass-produced loft, and there's nothing wrong with it. This is a great brush. 20 bucks? Yeah, you can buy 10 of these or more, depending on the exchange rate, for one of those. So why would you buy this? There's nothing like it. I'd piff 20 of those before I'd give up one of these. Anyway, let's get on with today's shave. I have to try this GameChanger while I'm still a young man. Time is getting away from me. Start the steps, and you know what they are. It's still only 3. There's froth, there's broth, and if you got the time, you can make it to leather. One thing about a badger, it likes to hog all the leather because it's a natural fibre. Let's get into today's shave. The face feel of this surpasses any other badger brush I own. And I own a few now, including some I really love. And it's better, the way he's done the loft. If I knew I could always get silver tips like this, I'd recommend them any day. But as it is, if in doubt, always go 2-band, particularly in cheaper brushes. You're always going to be happier with the 2-band than you're going to be with a silver tip. It's only guys that really go for primo badger or hand do their own knots. There should be some artwork coming up showing you how this guy rolls in his studio. Santa has a workshop, this man has a studio. No face feel, but it is scraping off 2 days growth to BBS as quick as anything I've ever tried. Now, my only complaint is I'm not sure why Joseph does things the way he does, but postage and freight costs out of Canada suck. So why the heck he doesn't get them shipped out of the United States and give us some better postage deals? If it wasn't for the razor, I'd be recommending Magard. I looked at something, I could get it sent to me for $7. He charged me $35 for a razor to be posted. I mean, that almost doubled the price of a $50 razor to me. Not happy about that. Having said that, I am happy about what I got for me money. Under $100 Australian, I got myself a stainless steel razor that I promptly swapped the handle on. And having said that, I really like the standard handle that came with it. Absolutely brilliant. If I was a lover of any other handle but the MR5, you know me, I'd be using it. But sorry, as fantastic as it looked and as fantastic as it felt in the hand, Joe, it came off for the MR5. And also, another thing, Joseph says I don't think he's going to be stocking the bamboo style handle again. I'm hoping that changes because I really like his bamboos, as long as you can buy enough of them to justify the postage. And that's the big complaint, and it has always been the big complaint with the tan barber, is fantastic products. Often the really good stuff like this, always out of stock, and he gets a lot in, so it does not take him very long to deplete everything he brings in. But by the same token, postage costs, postage, mate. And the problem is he keeps trying to solve it in Canada. And the fact is, Canada is a unionised state where postage is just insane. I've gone to the Canadian website to see how much it costs to post things through their regular postal service, and even that sucks. So you'd be much better off to be shipping directly out of the United States, taking advantage of, itchy. Now how close is that? Ooh, socially acceptable? BBS. Anyway, I'm going to use the technique that I saw Rich using, where in real time he feels the angle of making sure he gets exactly that buffering BBS job. And this is a fantastic razor for that. I would have got the more aggressive one as an addition because it's only a base, just for comparison. But after I shaved with this, I can't say I felt the overwhelming urge. It gets so close so quick. Unless you really like to feel your blade for some reason, and you want to slow down and just take that bit extra care, I can't say I can, hand on heart, the more aggressive one's the way to go. I think Rich was shaving with one, and even he had to slow down a little bit on the more aggressive base. Like I said, I can shim this up. I can't shim it down. Nice low profile cap, so great for getting under your nose. Before today, I would have said the poor man's Wolfman, of which I've got the twin cone, was the Barbarossa T1 and then the T2. But they're harder to get now than last week's lotto numbers, or about as much use. Hopefully, one day he'll come back and make some more shaving gear for us, because he is a brilliant razor guy. He knows how to nail a good shave. However, in the budget category of the poor man's Wolfman, I've got to say the standard base plate on this is almost as smooth and as buttery quick as my Wolfman. High praise indeed. When you get into this class of a razor, the handle's fantastic. Again, I've taken it off and put on my own, but having said that, they've got a selection. You choose the one you want, or just get cap and base only. You only save about $5, so I recommend you get the handle, because, you know, shipping costs will be the same. I'm Steve, your daily shaver, wishing you the best of shaves. And remember, so the first person to send me the mammoth version of this goes on my Christmas Christmas card list forever. I'm Steve, your daily shaver, wishing you all the best of shaves, and good shaves, and goodbye.
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.